Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to today's video. So today's video, very excited because I'm finally getting around to doing a full video on the brand new FauxFilter color correctors from Huda Beauty. Now I did receive one of these from the brand. I received the shade Peach. However, when I received it, I thought it was a little dark for me. Now I can make it work and it does work, but I thought the pink Pomelo was better suited. So I did go ahead and purchase that one. So one was gifted, and then one was, I did purchase myself. And then the other product that I have not tried. Now those I've been using, I used all last week on vacation. I'll talk about that. I just received the brand new Huda Beauty One Coat Wow Mascara. Now this was also gifted from the brand. As you can see, it is still in the packaging. I have not used it. So I have my makeup on with the exception of concealer, and I don't have mascara, obviously. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna do pink and peach on one side. I did a short of this, but I did it in my hotel room last week, so wasn't necessarily the best. But I want to do peach in the pink so you can kind of see, and then also use my Huda Beauty FauxFilter concealer. Now this I've had for a while. I was gifted from the brand and then I never used it. It's been sitting in a drawer because I have the ones that I use pretty much regularly, and I decided to dig out, and man, it's a really great concealer as well. So we're going to be going over all of this. This I'm going to be using on camera and telling you my thoughts because I do have some, but this I'm going to be using for the first time. So this is going to be a first impression. Okay, so first off, the Huda Beauty FauxFilter Color Corrector. Now this comes in 5 shades, and on the Sephora website it states it's a lightweight color corrector that visibly corrects, evens, and brightens the under eye area with a crease, sweat, and transfer-proof formula that blends seamlessly, and it gives medium coverage and a natural finish. I will say all of that is accurate. I use these. We were on vacation last week in Disney World. We were there for 5 days. We were in the parks every day. It was brutal. It was so hot. I think the high one day was 95 degrees. And this stuff worked great. So I do definitely have my favorite. I do prefer the pink Pomelo. So let's talk about the shades. So there's the pink Pomelo, which is the lightest. And the pink Pomelo says it's a light pink for fair to light skin tones. Then there is the peach, which is a light pinky orange for light to medium skin tones. Now that's usually what I do. I have the fair and the medium in the Magic Vanish for Charlotte Tilbury. I do prefer the medium, which is a little bit more peach. I don't prefer the lighter one. But in this one is a little bit different, and you'll see why, because the peach is just a little darker. And then you have mango. Let's see. You have mango, which is a deep pink orange for medium to tan skin tones. Then you have papaya, which is a deep orange for tan to deep tan skin tones. And then you have blood orange, which is a rich red for deep tan to rich skin tones. So there's 5 shades. I think that is a good range for a color corrector. I don't think you need a lot more. I think the Natasha Denona has 6, so I think 5 is fine. And well, let's go ahead and just swatch them really quick, and you'll see the well, let's do this. So the peach, this is going to be the peach. This is the pink Pomelo. So this is the pink Pomelo, and as you can see, it's more of a light peach than it is pink. It has a little bit of a pink, but it is definitely more of a light, it definitely has a peachy undertone. And then you're gonna go with the peach, and the peach is, this one says it's to light to medium skin tones. So you can see it's considerably darker. Now I can definitely make both work, and once you blend, you don't need a lot. So once you blend, it works. They pretty much come out to be very, very similar. This one is definitely a little bit more pink, obviously in the name, and this one has more peach. So one of the things I did say in the short that I did was I have a couple concealers that I've received from brands, or just that I purchased and I purchased the wrong shade and never returned it, that are just a little too light for me. And I have already tried playing with this to make those a little bit deeper and then kind of mix it up. That works perfectly. It makes those concealers that are a little too light, make them work, plus it gives me the color correcting. So instead of going with the color corrector and then with the concealer, what I'm doing is I'm kind of putting them both on the eye at the same time and then mixing them out. So, and then just kind of going with the brush or going in with my little e.l.f. camo, which I use both, to blend it, and it works perfectly. So if you have a concealer that may be a little too light for you, that's a good option as well. So let's go ahead and start. We'll start with the pink pomelo, and then we'll do pink pomelo on one side and then the peach on the other, kind of show you the difference, and then we'll go back in with the concealer. I did forget to mention that these are $30, and just looking on the Sephora website, as I'm recording this on July 4th, the pink pomelo is sold out. I don't know, I haven't checked the Huda Beauty website, but again, these are really good. I love a good color corrector, and not many have topped Magic Vanish for me. This, I'm not gonna say it tops it, but it may. It's definitely at least a tie. It's definitely at least a tie. I love the Magic Vanish. I use it a lot, but this one it may top. It's really good. I still have to, I still want to use it a little bit more. So again, this is the pink pomelo, and you can see the doe foot applicator. It is really good. So I'm just going to put a little bit here. And when I did it on camera on the short, it wasn't the best application. I was doing it literally on the floor of our hotel room with natural light, which actually looked beautiful. I wish I could do natural light at my house, but I don't have a space where I can do that. So that is the pink, and the pink is really good if I don't have a lot of discoloration, which right now I don't. I've actually got a good night's sleep. I've still been off work. I haven't gone back to work since vacation. I go back tomorrow. So I've actually been getting decent night's sleep. So that is the pink pomelo. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with the peach on the other side. And the same thing, same application. And this one is where you're gonna see where it is dark. So it's definitely a little darker. And it can definitely help if you have, like if I had a bruise, this would be what I would use. And sometimes I do, because when I do either Botox or when I do my PRP injections, I bruise easily. So if you've seen me with videos where I have an evident bruise and it's hard to cover, that's usually probably because of my PRP injections. So that is what has, but this would definitely be better at covering it than the pink pomelo. So there is the peach. So you can kind of see where the peach is, you can see it. Where the pink pretty much blended out, the peach, you can still see it. Now that's why I say with the peach, I can make a light concealer. The concealer that's too light for me work because it's a little dark. So I can definitely just blend this out, and I put the same amount. And actually I probably put a little bit more of the pink pomelo. So I'm gonna go in with my little e.l.f. camo sponge. I love this for concealer. You don't wet it though. This one you don't wet. And now we're gonna go in with concealer. Okay, and now we're gonna go in with the FauxFilter concealer from Huda Beauty. I have the shade Nougat, which is 2.5G, and I'm gonna put it on both sides and just apply it like I normally would, and pretty much like that. And we'll blend it out on each side and see which one looks better. Okay, so that is the pink pomelo side. Let's go in on the peach side. Okay, and that is the peach side. Now, once I put concealer, I think they're very similar. That was one of the things that I've been playing around with it. I noticed that once you put concealer and blend it out, it kind of blends together, and it's not as big of a difference as when they're, on each eye by themselves. With that said, I do like the side with the pink pomelo more personally, mainly because I think the peach is probably more for a light medium to medium skin tone rather than light to medium. I kind of got you know, fooled by the light. But I think you can't go wrong. Right now, the pink pomelo on Sephora is sold out. So if you really want to try it, and you might be, I wouldn't say if you're super fair, don't get the peach. It's going to be too dark. But if you are my skin tone or maybe just a little bit darker, the peach will definitely work. For me, I like the pink pomelo just a little bit more. Again, I used them both all week. I was trying them out. I used the pink one day, I used the peach one day, just kind of seeing. And at the end of the day, the results were very, very similar just because of my technique. That was pretty much my technique and I was using the same. I was using this concealer all week. So I just, you know, I go in, pat it out, let it dry down, and then go in with the concealer. And it worked well. And let me tell you, this concealer really lasted. It really lasted. It, you know, again, I'm turning 47 in less than 2 weeks. Things crease, like they're crease. I have wrinkles, you know, and it is what it is. But it didn't, you know, age me significantly. It lasted throughout the day. It lasted in the humidity and in the Florida heat and the rain and everything. So I was very, very happy with, you know, this combination. So this combination is very good, you know, whichever shade you are, but it's really good. And then again, if you have a concealer or maybe a couple concealers that are too light, that you just don't use, then get a shade a little bit darker. If you're like me, get the peach, or maybe if you're even, you know, more of a medium or tan skin tone, you could do that because, like, and you need some color correcting. So, but as far as these as a product, I think they're fantastic. They're $30. And again, the concealer, I hadn't really reviewed the concealer. Very, very impressed with the concealer. And yeah, I think these are great. I think these are worth checking out. I will say I like these more than the Natasha Denona color correctors. I like that color corrector. It's good. It's not great. This one's great. This one's great. This one is up there with the Magic Vanish from Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, so I just went back and just kind of redid it so I don't look like two-toned, but I did go in with the pink pomelo and even it out. So, but again, I think it is a great color corrector, and the concealer too. So really great, worth the money. And like I said, I am unsure yet. I want to compare with the Magic Vanish, which one I like more, but it could unseat my Magic Vanish, which says a lot. I still love the Magic Vanish, but it's different formula too, because that one is like a cream and this one is a liquid, so it's a little bit different. But let's talk about this mascara. So this mascara is the One Coat Wow mascara. I knew they were sending it to me, but they didn't tell me what it was, and I didn't get it until after when I got back from, oh, I actually got it yesterday, when I got back from our trip. So it was a release the same day. And the packaging is gorgeous. So it is just the One Coat Wow. And I've used the Legit lashes, which is great. But I've only ever had like a small container of it. So I'm very curious. I do not have any mascara on right now. However, my lashes are lifted. So if you don't know what a lift is, it's basically like a perm. I do that usually right before vacation because my lashes do not hold a curl very well. So I usually will do that, and it makes it very easy when I'm on vacation. So I try to do it often as well, but it really makes a difference. But anyway, so we are going to try and let's see if that One Coat works, but let's read about what it says. Now on the Sephora website, it states, an extreme volumizing mascara with an innovative dual side brush that coats and defines every lash for mega curl, immediate length, and extra volume. This is the shade Very Vanta, which is extreme black is basically what it is. So let's look at this. Let's look at this wand here. So the wand, you can kind of see it's got that curve, and then it's got combs on this side. So it says it on the concave, so it's concave side. It says a reservoir to hold and apply maximum formula in one coat, and then the convex side, man, my eyesight's going, longer bristles comb through to build volume and define. So, but it's supposed to be one coat, so we are going to try it and let's see how well this works. So let's take off the excess and we'll go in. So that is the brush here, and let's go in and see if this is really truly one coat. so there is one coat. Saw it all on camera. It's funny because when they released it, they were kind of teasing it of what it was going to be, and they showed a video of someone's mouth going, you know, down on the faces, and I already knew what the product was, but it was like, that's the mascara face. That's why I hate putting mascara on camera, but I just did that. So really good. Now usually I will go in with a comb because I just always usually do that, but for one coat, that's a really great difference. Okay, so I just went ahead and took a picture in natural light so you can see it. So here is the difference between the two. I will say it's a big difference, and I don't know obviously about longevity, if it's going to run. I'm going to be filming quite a bit today. This is obviously the first video I'm filming, but let's go ahead and go in with the other eye and one coat on the other eye. Okay, so there is the difference. You can see comparison. Now I will say a couple of things I do like. I usually go in with a comb. I haven't done that yet, and this kind of does that. So if you're one that likes a comb, but you're on the go, you probably don't need a comb. I probably would go through it anyway. But I mean, you can see the difference. It looks really great. So the big test for me is, will it run? Will it run? I love that it's one coat. I tend to only put one coat of mascara. I'm gonna go in with one more coat, just kind of see what two coats look like. But I do think it's a great, you know, it gives me a lot of length. It did add some length to my lashes. Now curling, my lashes are already curled, so I can't really talk about that because that would be deceiving. But the big thing for me is is it going to run? Is it going to run? Because that's where I've tried some really great mascaras, but then they run on me. And if they run on me, I throw them out. I'm never going to wear them again. You know, this past week I've been wearing the Cali Ray because it's waterproof, and it's not necessarily the best mascara for making my lashes look fantastic, but that mascara does not go anywhere, to the point where it takes a lot for me to get off. However, I got caught in the rain in Magic Kingdom and that mascara didn't go anywhere. So I'm gonna go do one more coat and see what it looks like, finish up my lower lashes with my eyeshadow as well, and then come back and give you my final thoughts. Okay, so I finished with the rest of my eyes, and actually I was gonna go in with the second coat and didn't need it. So I touched up a little bit. I went in a little bit more on the inside and kind of touched up a little bit, but did I put a full-on second coat? No, because honestly, it doesn't need it. So far I am really impressed with this. Is it one coat? Yes. Is it one coat? Wow. I would say yes. This is up there. Like I said, right now, my number one mascara is the Rare Beauty. And then my number one waterproof mascara is the Cali Ray. Those are my two. I would say this seems to be very similar to the Rare Beauty. I don't know as far as longevity and waterproof. I don't think it's waterproof. But as far as, I don't need a mascara to be waterproof every day. I just need it to not run. And I don't have a problem with that for the most part, but there are mascaras that do run on me. But I am very impressed. Now this is $23, which I think for a mascara is a really good price. I think the Rare Beauty is $20. I don't know what the Cali Ray is, but I wouldn't compare this to the Cali Ray. I would say this is up there with the Rare Beauty. I am really impressed. So I think if you are thinking about this, definitely worth checking out. Same thing with the color correctors. The color correctors are fantastic. I think they're really good. Again, these I have a little bit more. These are not a first impression. These are a true kind of review. I used them all last week. I used them for 5 days. 5 days straight every day, and really great. Again, the shade is, I think it's subjective. And if you are fair, definitely go with the pink Pomelo. If you are like me, you could probably do either or. It just depends on what your preference is and how deep are your dark circles? Like what is your correction for? If you have really deep dark circles, then you probably want the peach, because you are going to probably want a little bit more of a deeper peach, because the peach will definitely help cover. If I had a bruise, I would use the peach, not the pink pomelo. But I think it's fantastic. They're great. All the claims that it says is true. Same thing with the concealer. I know the concealer's been out for a while. I just haven't reviewed it, but it's my first time using it. I think it's great. It's really good. So right now my Holy Grail is the Radiant, Beautiful Skin Radiant one from Charlotte Tilbury, that with the Magic Vanish, which I love. I use it a lot. This is, I would say this has a little bit more coverage. So I think those are a little bit more sheer. The same thing with the Magic Vanish. These is medium coverage, but they have a little bit more more opacity to them. But yeah, these are fantastic. So Huda Beauty has done a really great job on these new releases. I've heard that there's a new 18 pan palette coming out. I've seen some spoilers, so very excited about that, because I love her 18 pan palettes. And yeah, but these are definitely worth picking up. So with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.